Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to another edition of Raw out of 10. Yeah, Raw's an interesting one this week. It feels like it's kind of just been forgotten compared to SmackDown with everything going on there. But you know, there's still some good bits on this show, as few and far between as they are, and there's still lots of potential. So let's get straight into it. Bobby Lashley and MVP kicked off Raw to talk about SummerSlam. MVP said that Goldberg fought well and Bobby against Bobby, but he made Lashley angry, and the chant gets stronger when he's angry. MVP called Goldberg a coward for quitting and recalled after the match. Gage attacked Lashley from behind, resulting in him being put in the hurt lock. They said they did not owe Goldberg or Gage an apology before Priest made his entrance. Priest joined Lashley in the ring and mocked the Almighty for acting like a tough guy and challenged him to a match tonight. The Archer of Me added that Lashley rejected this challenge. He was a coward. Lashley attacked the US champion, but Priest fired back. MVP declared the match was on. Lashley took Damian down right away before Priest got up and landed some kicks into the corner. When Sheamus came in and attacked him from behind, the match was called off before Drew McIntyre came in to make the save, hit a belly-to-belly suplex and dropped Lashley, and that of course turned into a tag team match. Sheamus and McIntyre were in the ring when we returned from the break. Sheamus took a beating and managed to tag in Lashley, who eventually took control. McIntyre managed to keep the match going before tags were made, and Priest and Sheamus were in the ring as Raw continued. Priest dropped on the barricades when after Lashley came in and took him outside before bouncing the champ off the ring post. Damian was isolated in the ring but managed to tag Drew in before Sheamus hit a white noise. Priest took a knee off for distraction from Lashley, but the Almighty and MVP walked out of the match. Sheamus was shocked and it allowed Drew to hit the Claymore kick to get the win. Yeah, there was lots going on here. It was alright, I suppose. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. There were some bits that were fairly up and down. Drew coming out again. Don't put Drew into the title bits again. But Priest coming out, he had his moment. It was an interesting segment, full of ups and downs, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Next up was Karrion Kross versus Ricochet. Kross hit a big suplex early on before Ricochet got springboard crossbody before Karrion took him down with a clothesline. Ricochet then took a Day Saito and locked in the Kross jacket, making him tap out within minutes. And this was a really impressive victory for Karrion Kross. Hopefully this is the way his main roster trajectory goes. Obviously it's the same for Ricochet, but he's beyond saving now. Basically 6 out of 10. Doudrop was then backstage and said she was done with Eva Marie, but she would keep the name Marie Getter. Marie then attacked her, and yeah, Doudrop said she was going to get her. Basically it was fine, nothing special, nothing awful. Before Moist TV was next with John Morrison, and the guest was Logan Paul. The crowd wasn't too pleased to see him, I think it's fair to say, and he said he did love the WWE Universe nonetheless. The Miz came out and asked Morrison to introduce him to Logan, but Paul said he was a New Day fan. Jake Paul had a fight coming out, and Miz asked him what round he planned to get knocked out. Morrison was not too happy with the Miz treating his guest like that, and said he would never do it on Miz TV. Before Paul left as the duo argued and we headed to the next match. That match was Miz versus Xavier Woods. Miz got a good start, but Woods got in control and got a near fall in before Miz sent him into the barricades outside. Morrison got the drip sticks, but Woods sent Miz into the wet floor and into the steel sets before we went for another break. Back in the ring, Woods hit a neckbreaker from the second rope before Miz took a crossbody for a near fall. Before going outside to hit a big dive, Miz took a crossbody for a near fall and earns it out for the skull crushing finale, but Morrison sprayed him with a dripstick, causing a distraction. Woods nearly got rolled over in the chaos, but he managed to reverse the pin and get the Miz instead. The Miz and Morrison got the dripstick and were spraying the crowd when the A-lister attacked Morrison out of nowhere and beat him to a pulp. Morrison was wiped out and Miz hit the skull crushing finale. I'm actually gutted about these two breaking up. They were just so good together. I'm really not sure if this is a good idea, but we'll give it time to plan out. But yeah, initially not too happy at all really. 5 out of 10. Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley agreed to team up tonight against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler backstage before we got to Zara and R-Truth chasing Reggie outdoors for the 24/7 title, and he jumped around them to avoid leaving before stealing an ice cream truck. Riddle was backstage with Randy and said he was planning celebrations. Randy told him not to do anything stupid. All of these segments were fine, nothing really too gained. But yeah, we'll discuss Ripley and Nikki Ash later. But anyway, Mansoor versus Jinder Mahal was up next. Mansoor took a beating on Raw, with Jinder taking Mansoor to the corner and unloading kicks on him. The official tried to stop the match, but the modern day Maharaja refused to stop. Jinder walked out with Veer and Shanky after the match, and then Ali walked into the ring and said from now on Mansoor was going to do things Ali's way. Good to see Jinder Mahal get the rub, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed to see what they're doing with Mansoor and Ali, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10, but it could be a 5.5 out of 10. Who really cares? He thanked Drew for helping him out tonight before they made plans to hang out together. Before Charlotte was out next to celebrate her title win on Saturday at SummerSlam, she bragged about being a 12-time title holder and asked why there wasn't a statue of her somewhere. She said that she will go on to hold this title for as long as she can and she needed nothing else. She put the rest of the women's locker room on notice before saying that she was done messing around before getting ready to walk out of the ring on Raw. Before Alexa Bliss confronted the Raw Women's Champion with Lily, Alexa congratulated Flair before telling her she just wanted to say hi before Raw continues. I'm actually really intrigued to see where this feud is going. I hope they continue it rather Ripley again. Before, Elias was in a video package and said the old version of him was dead and a new one was a future champion in the making. Kind of intrigued to see where it goes, to be honest. But then we got Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Ripley and Baszler kicked off the match and Nikki tagged in early on with a double team move. Shayna almost got caught in a roll-up after Nikki countered most of her moves. Jax came in after a break and sent Nikki into the corner, where she reversed a big move and hung her on the ropes. Ripley was back in, so was Shayna, and she took a Northern Light suplex before hitting a missile drop kick. Nia came in to break the pin, but hurt Shayna in the process after being sent out. Nikki took out Jax with a dive before Rhea hit the Riptide on Shayna for the big win. Yeah, where's this going? I thought Jax and Baszler broke up ages ago. Ripley and Nikki ASH were in a massive battle against each other 2 days ago, and all of a sudden they're friends. Yeah, it just makes little sense at all, really. 5 out of 10. Morrison says he's going to kill the Miz next week. I bet you want to. Before we got RK Bro celebration on the Raw. Riddle was out to celebrate the win. Orton couldn't make his signature move in the corner because of the balloons, and there was a ton of fireworks, but the Viper wasn't impressed. Riddle said their friendship was more important than the titles handed Randy a scooter with tasers on the sideline. AJ Styles and Amos walked out to interrupt the festivities and mocked Randy's new scooter. AJ then said Randy didn't get Riddle a gift and added that he had one for Riddle, a phenomenal forearm. Styles said he wanted the match against Riddle. Riddle accepted the match and we got straight into it. The match was made official. During the break, Riddle was dominating in the early goings and he locked a headlock on AJ. Riddle kicked Styles off the apron but couldn't land the dive. Riddle hit the triple gut wrench suplex before AJ got his forearm in the corner. Riddle reversed the Style Clash into a submission but was lifted and dropped outside, managing to take Styles down with him. Riddle hit a Broton and a big kick before getting a bridge suplex for a near fall. AJ kicked Riddle in the legs and then the original Bro was in trouble, but he managed to hit a knee strike before going out top, but Omos distracted him briefly. Randy attacked Omos, however, with the scooter Riddle gave him, while Riddle hit the RK Bro and the Bro Derek in the wing, picking up the victory. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This was really great. This whole gimmick, WWE's done a great job, to be fair to them. Really enjoying it. And Styles was in the ring and Randy hit an RK on him before posing with Riddle as Raw went off the air. Yeah, this was great. Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was an okay episode of Raw. Obviously there were some bad bits, but there were also some really good bits, like the main event. So on the whole, I'd probably say it's a better episode of Raw than it's been recently. But yeah, it was an okay show, nothing special though. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts, comments down below, and follow me on Twitter, link and script below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel on the screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.